So in my first binder, I have the pre-visit, my notes behind it, the first visit, the ROF or reported findings. I have the healthcare class, and then I have the progressive exam. And in my other binder, the research binder, I have first tab new vitalistic system, my article. I have chiropractic spinal. Then I have functional neurology and chiropractic, current mechanistic systems or mechanic systems, bad medicine, condition based. I had a lot of articles with that one. Wellness care, and then the last one, vertebral subluxation. All right, hi, I'm Dr. Mumford, and what's your name?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Nice to meet you, Ashley. Welcome to our office. All right, so how'd you hear about us?
I heard about y'all from a classmate. She had your card, and I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so what brings you in today?
Well, I've been working hard and long hours at my desk, and I've been having pain while I've been sitting down, which is very weird for me. And also, my headaches have been crazy, and my neck kind of is sore.
Okay, so you're having some sitting pain, neck pain, and some headaches. All right, so according to your intake form, you work at Amazon?
I do.
Okay, and what is it that you do there?
I sit at my desk, and I help customers with their problems.
So you're sitting down at a desk and working on a computer all day?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain you ever felt and 1 being the best, how would you rate each of these complaints?
Well, I would say my headache is around an 8 because it always is there. And my neck pain, sometimes it's like 4, but it's always there too. But it's not like severe as in like, oh my gosh, my neck is going to fall off.
Okay.
And the sitting pain, it's really bad. It feels like I'm numb in my lower half.
So numb. Okay, so you mentioned numbness and your sitting pain. So when it comes to your headaches and neck pain, is it like radiating? Is it shooting pain? Does it ache? How would you describe it?
My headaches ache, and my neck, it just like, you know how it's a pain like shoots sometimes?
Okay.
That's how it is.
Okay, shooting pain. So do you do anything that can help like relieve any of this pain?
No. Most times when my bottom half, my lower half, like hurts, I like pull my legs out and then that helps out, or stand up. But nothing helps my headache, and sometimes I crack my neck to help that.
Okay, so stretching, kind of walk up and move around since you're sitting down. All right. And have you ever seen a chiropractor before?
No.
Okay, well, I'm glad I can be your first. So let me explain to you what it is that we do here and how we can help. All right, first off, we believe that as chiropractors, that your body has its own innate intelligence or consciousness to self-heal, self-regulate, and self-maintain on its own. Just what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust and remove those subluxations, or what we call misalignments of the spine, so that there's no interference with those signals getting from your brain to the rest of your body. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know, pretty much what chiropractic is we take that natural holistic approach and adjusting and removing that interference so that all the signals and nerves from your spine get to the extremities of your body and everything functions at its optimal potential. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have 3 different types of care here at my office. We have condition care, corrective care, and wellness care. Condition-based care is when a patient comes in with a certain condition, maybe like a herniated disc or bulging disc, and we create what's called a care plan, which is a number of visits that we feel will alleviate this problem, and we work towards that goal. Next, we have what's called corrective care, where a patient comes in with a few symptoms, and we help alleviate those, and then we transition into what's called wellness or maintenance care. And that's when I have patients who come in probably once or twice a month, every other month, or sometimes even 4 times a year, just so they can maintain that optimum potential. because since you're a baby, ever since you were a baby, you have been putting stress on your body, and every day you put daily stress on your body, whether if it's physical or emotional. So they just want to maintain their optimal potential. Okay. So now with this neck pain and sitting pain and headaches, how does that affect your job or how you work?
I mean, it hurts because I'm working an 8-hour shift and sitting down the whole time. So it's pretty painful.
Okay. Sad face. Okay. So ergonomically, I can help along with these chiropractic adjustments with simple things as perhaps just making sure the height of your chair is at the same eye level as your computer so that you're not even hunched over or looking up at your computer screen. They also have different types of laptop stands or even things that can raise up the monitor of your computer so that you're just looking at it and you can even stand up and do work. We have different things like seating discs that you can sit on and gives like a cushion, maybe alleviate some of that sitting pain, or even replacing your office chair with perhaps a yoga ball. So little things like that. All right, so right now we just finished, gathering this information from your history and the different complaints that you have. And I just have a few things to go over with you about our office policies, okay?
Okay.
All right, first, when it comes to appointments, we just ask that next visit, it will be your follow-up or what we call the ROF. We ask that you try to schedule at least a week in advance so that you're able to get the times that work best with your schedule and mine. Now, we do not charge for any missed or canceled appointments. We just ask that you do us the courtesy of calling us if you're going to be late or try to cancel as soon as possible so that we can, adjust to that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then a financial policy. Here in our office, we also take insurance. Do you have insurance?
I don't.
Okay, no worries. Non-insurance visits cost $40 per visit, and we're going to be doing things later in our exam, x-rays, and those range anywhere from $75 to $175. Now, I do not feel pressure to pay that all at once. Like, we have different packages that will help accommodate and that'll help our patients, pay for their care. Okay? All right. And lastly, our office is considered a cell phone free zone. When you're in the waiting area waiting for me, feel free to do whatever you wish. But when we're in the office, I want that communication to be open. So I just ask that you put your phone on either silent or vibrate so I can explain to you what I'm doing and we can, adjust and help you as much as we can. Okay? Lastly, we also have what's called, I just want to understanding between me and my patient. I like to do what's called management by agreement. Me and I will never do anything without your permission or let you know what I'm doing or render any service that goes above $40 without you knowing. Okay? All right? All right, just ask that you sign here at the bottom for me, please. All right. Awesome. Okay, now after this portion, I will take you back into the exam room and I'm going to do 3 different exams on you. One is physical, one is chiropractic, and one is x-rays. The physical exam, I will be doing a lot of orthopedic testing and leg checks, checking out your motor skills. Maybe one side is more dominant than the other, maybe one side of you is stronger than the other, grip strength, things like that. On the next exam, I'll be doing a chiropractic exam, and that'll be testing your muscles, your nerves, how your spine moves, your bones and tissues, because all those things that coincide with, your spine health. And then lastly, the x-rays that we mentioned before, I'll be using those to visually look at the curves of your spine, make sure that they're lordotic or kyphotic, and the disc degeneration if there may be some present. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, great. Let's get started.
Okay.
Hey, Ashley, welcome back to our office.
Hello.
All right, so I took all the information that we gathered last time at your first appointment. I looked at the x-rays, I looked at the exam, and now I'm just going to correlate it and show you how it fits all together. So I'm going to tell you the cause of the problem, how severe it is, the recommendations of care, and the prospects for correction. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, starting off, this is a sheet that you'll take home with you. So from looking at the x-rays and different tests that I did, I found out that C1 and C2 is actually where all that pain is originating from. Now, on your spine, you have what's called a cervical section, and that's what we consider your neck. And the first 2 vertebrae, which is what we call the bones of your spine, is actually what has interference with those nerves going through down your spinal cord, okay? So when you were explaining about the neck pain that you would get or the headaches, those 2 top vertebrae is actually what is causing those headaches, tension on the nerve, okay? From another test that I did, you said you have a pain while sitting. You have, you sit on, a lot of people call it your butt bone. Alright, and actually what the term for it is called an ischiotubrosis. There's a ligament that goes from your spine to that butt bone called a sacrospinous ligament, and that's actually what you irritated from sitting down so much, possibly in an uncomfortable position, possibly on a harder chair. So maybe that seating disc that we were talking about or the yoga ball would help with this pain. Okay? Alright, so next I looked at your x-rays. So we have what's called different phases of subluxation degeneration. There are 4 phases. The first phase is when you lose a curve in your spine, and you're supposed to have a different curve in each section of your spine. The second phase is when we have what's called lipping or spurring, or disc degeneration starting on the second on your spine. The third phase is actually when they begin to fuse together, and the fourth one is actually when it actually fuses together. Now, according to your x-rays, you're in phase 1 of subluxation degeneration. And what that means is that I mentioned before how the curve is lost. Your entire curve in your neck isn't lost, it's not how it should be. You have a smooth forward curve in your neck and you're not quite there yet. With these different adjustments, we would definitely be able to help that out. Just with that curve not being there, you're pushing pressure on what's called the discs that are in between each of these vertebrae. And that could potentially lead you into going into the next phase of care, which is what we do not want. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, perfect. So now on the back of the sheet, I wrote down your care plan, which is the estimated number of visits I believe will help alleviate this pain. So at the beginning, I like to see you for 3 visits per week for 2 weeks, and then we'll move down to 2 visits per week for 3 weeks. Now, as I mentioned before, we have different payment options that will help you pay for this care. We have, by all means, you can pay as you go per visit if you would like. We have a bundle where you can buy all these visits together, and we'll give you a 10% discount. Or we have what's called a monthly plan, where my CA will add this up, divide it monthly, and you'll pay this monthly. So by the end of this visit, you'll be paying a monthly payment per month. Okay? Now, when we get to the 10th visit, we'll have a 10th visit follow-up, and then I'll let you know what happens then, but we'll schedule an extra 10 minutes with me because you actually will sit down and talk to me again on that 10th visit to make sure everything's going as we planned. All right? Sound good? All right, lastly, we have what's called a healthcare class. We have it twice a month. We have it on every second Tuesday from 12 to 1, and then we have it on every third Wednesday night at 7. Now, this class lasts generally from 30 to 40 minutes, and we try to give 2 options, so if you have to come to your lunch break or possibly after work, so you have those options. And we ask that you bring any friends or family, either you want to tell them about chiropractic care or show them exactly what you're going through, or even it's just like a 30 or 40-minute presentation explaining exactly chiropractic, going into more detail, pictures, things like that. Okay?
Okay.
All right, and do you have any questions?
No.
All right, you ready for your first adjustment?
Yes.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
Good afternoon, Ashley. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's nice to see you again.
Thanks.
Did you have any chance to try those recommendations about your office space?
Yeah. I went out and I bought a new office chair. It's like beautiful and it's awesome. Like, it's helped so much. It better help for all the money I spent on it. But yeah, it's wonderful and it has like cushions. Yeah.
I'm glad it's helping. So the reason I asked for a little extra time today is so we can do, this is your 10th visit, so you're in your 4th week of care. So we use the 10th visit as a feedback visit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to use this visit to determine, I want you to tell me how you feel you're progressing, all right? All right, so I'm going to give you this form. This is our 10th visit form. The first section is how you think your care is going, and it asks that you rate it on a scale from 1 to 5. 1 being you feel like you're not feeling much of a change, 5 being like you're improving faster than what you expected, okay? So we'd like you to rate your care. All right, the second section, I want you to rate my staff, and as such, I want you to tell me like if they've been very helpful, if they're satisfying and completing all that you need from them. If anyone's been exceptionally more helpful than another one, just let me know and give me feedback on my staff. All right, and the last section is our referral section. Now, to keep low cost of healthcare down in the chiropractic field, we don't actually market, or we don't have pharmaceutical companies to market for us. So we get a lot of our patient base from you referring us patients or referring other people, okay? So in this section, there's a lot of empty space. We ask that you write down anyone you feel can benefit from chiropractic care, and they do not have to live here because there's chiropractors everywhere, so I can always find a chiropractor that's closer to them. And so we ask that you write them down, and when you come in on your next visit, you just turn this sheet into my CA, and we can go from there, all right?
Uh-huh.
Do you have any questions?
No, not at all.
All right, so let's get you adjusted.
Alrighty.